What is up, everybody? Good morning from beautiful south central Wisconsin. We're out here putting in a morning walk today. It's been a little bit. Been skipping these, which I should not be doing, guys. Last evening into this morning, we had our first serious frost. Everything was covered up. All the roofs were covered with frost. All the cars were covered with frost. Got down to about 26 degrees, I believe. But you can see it's looking pretty nice now. Sun is out. It is warming up. Probably about 40 degrees right now. But if you guys follow this channel, you know that in my world, the cold season has officially arrived. October 15th. And the weather was right on point. We had our first cold weather of the year. That being said, it's looking like a warm up is happening at the end of the week, so we don't have to deal with this cold for too long, at least for now anyway. That being said, we should take advantage of that warm weather coming up because we don't have a whole lot of that coming up for the next 6 months. We'll finish out October here. Looks like it's going to be damn near 80 and then down in the 50s, some 30s and some freezing temperatures, and that's kind of typical of October. November will hit, and you never know what you're going to get for November. That's always an interesting transition month. I've roofed houses in middle of November in my t-shirt, and out here, Buffalo Lake, I've seen frozen solid as early as November 7th. Gorgeous blue sky today, guys. Usually around Thanksgiving time, it's kind of when the bottom drops out. Maybe December 1st. But it's weird, the seasons around here usually start at like the 1st of the month. Yes, winter starts on December 21st. But for here, it starts December 1st. It is winter when December 1st shows up. And December, you never know what you're gonna get. Big ol' fish just jumped. I've seen Decembers where we had 100 inches of snow before. That is definitely a rarity. I believe that is more than we usually get in a whole year, but I've seen it happen, guys. In general, there's usually not a ton of snow in December, but you can get a storm here and there. You just never know. But in December, the snow and the cold isn't so bad because it kind of fits in with the Christmas season. And who the heck doesn't want a white Christmas, really? Come on. It's usually Christmas into New Year's. It's usually when the real cold starts setting in. It's weird because the past few Octobers, we have been out traveling. I think we went to Florida the past 2 Octobers. This year we went a little early, went out west instead, and we are not going to Florida this October, and it wouldn't have worked out anyway because they got blasted pretty hard by the storms and nothing is open. Nothing is even in working condition really down there at the moment. Actually, I just saw today on the interwebs, there's a place down there we like to eat right next to where we stay down in Pasadena, Florida, that they are closed for several months apparently. So they usually get open pretty fast after something like this, so you know it's pretty serious down there. And to be honest, October in Wisconsin, to me it's amazing. I don't love these 26-degree mornings, but there's not too many of those happening. But like I said, today's the 16th. We got our first frost. We usually on average get our first frost around October 20th or so. So we're not too far off on that. Check out the beautiful Montello water tower on 5 times power here with the iPhone 15. But come January, you know, the temperatures, they might not even ever get above 32 degrees, which is freezing. Usually got a good snow cover, and any snow you get keeps piling up because it does not melt in January. So even though January weather is not great, it's great for winter sports enthusiasts, ice fishing and snowmobiling, skiing and all that good stuff. The sport I particularly enjoy in January is the sport where you look out the front window and check off every day in January until it's gone. Just so you guys know, again, October 16th, this is the first time it happened this season. My hands are freezing right now. And of course, by the end of January, I start getting the itch, ready to start heading south, find me some warmer weather. one good thing, February comes around, and February is a little better than January because it gives you a little hope. It throws some warm days at you. Last year, I kid you not, I think we had a couple, maybe 2, 3 70-degree days in February, which was freaking crazy. I was getting ready to head to Florida the end of February last year, and I was putting the van together outside in 70 degrees weather. There was mosquitoes flying around. It was crazy. 2 days later, it was damn near below zero. So that's the good thing about February. You'd notice the days are getting longer. It's starting to feel a little like spring. And you do pop some 50-degree days here, 60-degree days, 40-degree days. And like I said, even 70 last year. Then depending on the year, usually February into March, much of March, we were down south, hitting wherever we decide to go, finding warm weather. And we'll get back here to Wisconsin late March, maybe early April. And I'm glad we missed March because that is one of my least favorite months out of the year. It's just kind of bipolar, as is April sometimes. But like I said, the cold season ends on April 15th. So that's one plus of April. But April is one of those transition months. Even May kind of is, but April we can get blizzards and we can get 70-degree days in April. You guys are probably wondering, hey Joe, what the hell is this video about? Well, here's the thing, guys. I have no freaking clue, man. I'm just out here blabbing my mouth, kind of whipping out weather commentary for whatever reason that is. Of course, I do like my weather stuff. And come on, guys, look at the sky. It's amazing out there today. Also, it's kind of funny, of course, we got our big first cold spell of the year. And I know a lot of people think up north it's always cold and stuff like that, but guess what? Everywhere else south of us have also gotten their first cold spell of the year. So everybody's feeling it, not just us folks up north. And I'll tell you this, a lot of people don't seem to understand when it's 26 here feels just as good as 56 down in Florida. There have been many times I've been down there in St. Pete. I get outside, get out on the beach down there, and it's like 58 degrees, and I'm rocking a stocking cap and a winter jacket. That's how freaking cold it is down there. And why is that? Well, when it's 58 down there, it's because cold air is pushing in. It's like an air conditioner. It's making it 58 degrees. Now, if it's 58 degrees here the same time of year, well, it's usually because a heat wave is moving in and it's blowing hot air. So it feels nice and warm.
Total distance 1.0 miles. Average
so
pace.
Yeah, October, generally in my experience, is usually when Florida they get their first cold spell, kind of like we do. And like we do, we have our jackets on. The people down south in Florida will also have jackets on. If you take a walk along the beach down there, down in Florida, when one of these cold fronts moves in and the cold air is moving across the water, man, it's pretty frigid, I ain't gonna lie. Just as the same thing happens here, cold wind comes across the lake, gets pretty friggin' cold. The actual air temperature doesn't always mean a lot sometimes. There was a couple of times I remember getting up down in Florida, figured let's get the morning walk in. Hold on, the doctor's calling me, I gotta check it out. Sorry, sidetracked. It was actually my doctor calling me. Or not my doctor. Of course, you never talk to a doctor on the phone. But the doctor's office. Apparently news to me. They wanted to see me around Halloween. Nobody mentioned that to me. I think my doctors are trying to push a little treatment on me that I'm probably not interested in. But I will go hear them out. See what they got to say, I guess. But they also ordered blood work a while back, and I keep putting that off. Well, actually, I keep forgetting about it. But I'll have to go do that one of these days. But all that doctor health stuff, that can be another video, guys. I'm talking about weather. I kind of forget what I was saying, but I think I was mentioning there's been a few occasions I'd get up in the morning. I want to take a nice walk down there, St. Pete Beach area. And you know, it's 56 degrees. So you're kind of thinking, oh, that's not too bad. But you go outside. I threw one flannel on, wasn't cutting it, ran back in, doubled up the flannels, get halfway around the block, and I remember I told my wife once, you know, the heck with this, I'm going back inside for a while till it warms up. I didn't come down to Florida to freeze my ass off. Nice spooky dead tree in time for Halloween. I do have a lot of different topics for different video ideas on my list, but this was not one of them, guys. So hopefully I eventually get to some of them. I'm trying to improve this channel a little bit, as I did finally hit the old big 500 mark, 500 subscribers. So that's pretty cool. And to my one follower on here that comments on most of my videos, I do owe you a bell ring for the 500 subscribers. I keep forgetting to do it, so we'll get that done one of these days here. I keep telling myself I'm going to put more time into this YouTube stuff, and then as soon as I say that, I get sidetracked with a bunch of other work. Currently pushing on moving at the moment, trying to move from one house to the other next door, doing remodeling projects, finishing up a bathroom. I crawled in a crawl space yesterday underneath there, and well, it was a little worse than I thought. So that's a daunting task. Not looking forward to that, but I think I got to get it cleaned out. So I got a plumber. He was going to run me a gas line to the stove area because there's currently an electric stove and we want a gas stove. And we're moving the fridge a little bit down and we want a little water line under the fridge for the ice maker and stuff like that. And I was down there, and all along where them gas lines are going to run and the water lines, it's just full of nastiness. So I started down there a little bit yesterday. Gets pretty freaking dusty. I already have a hard enough time breathing, guys. I don't want to be sucking in a bunch of dust. So today I'm going to work on making some lawn sticks with hooks so I can kind of crawl down there, reach out, grab onto some of that insulation and stuff and start pulling it out, and eventually get down there. I got to buy a shorter shop vac because the crawl space is only 18 inches. So I got to get in there on my belly or scooter on my side kind of. So that's a fun task, guys. I need a hat cam, drag you guys down to the crawl space with me. So far, I haven't been down there too long. I haven't seen any nasty spiders. Of course, there's plenty of spider webs, that's for sure. And that's the thing by us. We got a lot of daddy long legs. Harmless. They're a little nasty looking when they get big. But 2 days ago, I went down into the basement, and right in the middle of the floor, there was one of the bigger spiders I've seen in quite a long time. And it definitely was not a daddy long legs. So I smashed it. But when you see something like that, well, you start thinking, is there more? Might not be too long. That'll be one big hunk of ice. Anyway, the plumber, he was gonna run that gas line for me either today or tomorrow, but now I haven't heard from him, so I don't know for sure what's going on. But I think I might tell him to hold off on the gas line until either I get that all cleaned out really nice, which might take a while, or I'm almost tempted just to buy a new electric stove just for temporary use for a few months until I get to the main kitchen remodel, whenever that happens. I'm a little worried that crawl space work is just a little too daunting for me. It's a pretty big project, trying to crawl around under there, trying to breathe. But I almost thought I could wait till I remodeled the kitchen, tear out all the floors, and then rip out all the 3/4 inch flooring as well, and just expose all the rafters to the crawl space. And then I can just work from up top. Neither scenarios are ideal. They both suck. So who knows? The worst part of all this, we're trying to get in that house. I'm spending all my time working on that house. And I'm spending all my money. In turn, I'm not working and making money to replace that money I spend. So I gotta figure that out. I gotta find some time to work and make some money. Otherwise, I won't be living in that big house. I'll be living in a freaking street. And those of you that know me, I'm always open to some custom work. I build custom art, stuff like that. Search around my channel, you might see some of it. I do plan on making a short commercial and shoving the commercial into my videos. Kind of let people out there know what I'm doing, know that I'm actually looking for new clients and stuff like that. I build kind of unique, one-of-a-kind kind of stuff, preferably artwork kind of stuff. I won't say too much because you guys probably don't know what I'm talking about, but I'll eventually get you guys some info that I can put in all my videos here. But now's the time when people should be buying artwork. They make great gifts, something different than buying something from a stupid big corporate store kind of thing. Buy some legit one-of-a-kind art by a local artist, local craftsman, and those gifts mean a lot more. Like the stuff I make, hang it on your wall, pass it down to your kids, and that can go on for centuries and centuries. Just a cool wood piece of art, something that lasts for a very long time. So that's kind of the gist of this, guys. Cold season has arrived. We enjoyed our first frost this morning. We babbled on and on about the weather without really saying much of anything. That's what I'm best at, guys. Got a call from the doctor's office. Don't even like thinking about that stuff, or don't even really want to deal with that stuff too much. Of course, mentioning all the remodeling projects, spending all my money and not making enough money. So we need to get some more work rolling, guys. On that note, I mean, what a beautiful shot, huh? Maybe this can be my thumbnail. Alright, guys, honestly, I don't even know what the hell I'm talking about anymore. This will be the babbling video of the week. If you guys made it this far, what the hell is wrong with you guys? You can find better entertainment than this, come on. But I do appreciate it. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hope all is well. Take care of yourselves. And we will see you guys next time.